Hey there, thinkers. Welcome back to Critical Hit. My name is Est, and it looks like Agatha All Along is set to make its grand debut this Wednesday. I mean, I'm hyped. Are you guys hyped? No? Anyone? Yeah, I didn't think so. This is going to be yet another overpriced Disney flop that vanishes into the void of mediocrity. Because from what I've seen online, the excitement is, well, let's just say underwhelming. Alan over at Film Threat managed to catch an early screening. Wow, lucky him. But of course, Disney slapped an embargo on it because, you know, that classic move where they let critics see the show early, but oopsie daisy, can't say a word until it's practically airing. It's almost like they don't want people talking about it ahead of time. Well, that's suspicious, right? But sure, Disney's hoping this embargo strategy will somehow inject some desperately needed hype into the show. This is their usual MO. Hand out early copies to critics, cross their fingers, and then pray that everyone magically starts raving about it, because that worked so well in the past, right? I mean, obviously, they must have so much faith in the show, because why else would they be trying so hard to keep it hush-hush until the last possible second? Like, nothing screams, we believe in this, quite like waiting until the moment it airs to let everyone talk about it. But hey, I'm supposed to be optimistic here, right? I'm supposed to believe that Agatha All Along is going to be a smashing hit, a cultural phenomenon that we'll all be talking about for months. People are going to love it, right? So yeah, I'll start the hype train, people. Talk it up, tweet about it, get the buzz going. Or maybe just sit back and wait to see if it crashes and burns like so many others. Either way, we all know Disney is counting on you. However, I have a few things to show off here, but before I do, we have a small request. If you are new here, consider hitting that subscribe button, smashing that like, and ring the bell to be notified for our next video. We would greatly appreciate this, since this will help us appease those YouTube algorithm gods. So, we thank you. Now, let me give you our thoughts on this, and let's start off with this tweet. So, Alan from Film Threat said, I'm getting the first 4 episodes of Agatha All Along tomorrow. The social embargo lifts Monday night, and the review embargo lifts the second the show premieres on Disney+. I don't think Disney has any confidence in this one. And I mean absolutely, because usually when they lift an embargo, it's like a week or even 10 days before the show airs. Plenty of time to build hype. But this time, it looks like Disney is basically like, hey critics, we'll let you see the show early, but zip it until after it airs. Can't have anyone actually talking about this beforehand. So translation, they're praying people will tune in blindly. No buzz, no reviews, no confidence. Just a big old panic button. And releasing the first 2 episodes together, I mean, classic. Please watch us, a desperation move. Oh, and the press tour? Yeah, that went well.
Joe, there's a line, and maybe Sashir, you can add to this too. There's a line about Patty that Patty says about misconceptions and rumor mongering with witches. So what do you think are some misconceptions about Marvel?
Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh, that's good.
Thank you.
That it's just for like straight white men.
Yeah.
It's not.
Correct. It is not.
Oh, and here's a little tidbit of misconception for you. Like, Marvel is just for straight white men. Seriously? What the hell is that? Like, who's out here actually thinking that Marvel is only for straight white men? Does anyone actually say, hey, yeah, let's go see that new Marvel movie because it's just made exclusively for straight white guys? Like, I don't know a single soul who actually believes that. Apparently, that's the narrative that people are pushing. Marvel is for straight white men and everyone else can just go take a hike. It's like these people are so obsessed with race, sexuality, and gender that they forget that there's a show and characters to discuss. This approach is a total disaster waiting to happen. Like, did you guys completely miss the lesson from The Acolyte? Because it's like they handed out a masterclass on how not to promote a show. Instead of focusing on what actually matters, the show itself, they chose to yap about all the other stuff that no one cares about. Apparently, they think that's what will reel people in. But wait, it even gets better. A round of applause to that Park Place for giving us the Agatha All Along star Joe, who in the most baffling marketing strategy ever decided to bring up his character's sexuality again, and then thought, hey, why not mock fans while I'm at it? Wow, genius move, truly. So how did Joe handle the backlash after the first trailer? Well, hold on to your panties for this enlightening response. I was like, oh, why has Marvel done this campy gay stereotype? It really annoyed me because I was like, you can't ask for an authentic casting and then get upset if you have a camp character. Alright, because if there's one thing that fans absolutely love, is being told how wrong they were for disliking a poorly executed cliche. But Joe wasn't done. No. He added this little gem. I am fully aware that Marvel fandom is way less nice than the Heartstopper fandom. A lot of people are going to hate everything about the character and what I've done with it, and I just have to be okay with that. Oh yes, nothing says winning over the audience like preemptively assuming that everyone is going to hate what you're doing. And then the cherry on top, Joe implies that Marvel fans are a tough crowd compared to the Heartstopper fandom, which is clearly a sentiment guaranteed to bring people on board. It's like telling your fans, I know you're going to hate this, but whatever. Absolutely stellar marketing approach there, Joe. I am so sure that that will get everyone pumped up to watch. I kid you not, he didn't even stop there. No. He had to take a jab at Marvel fans too, saying that Marvel fans are really vocal about their opinions, but they're not in a Marvel show. So I'm going to do the one thing that they wish they could be doing. Sorry. I mean, seriously? So now you're mocking the people who criticize the show because they don't have a shot at being in it? Are you implying that we're just green with envy because we're not starring in your TV show? Wow. I'm in the show and you're not. Sorry about that. As if people are so upset because they're dying to be a gay witch in your little series. Give me a fucking break. The real issue here is that you've taken beloved characters and tossed them right at the window, replacing them with something completely unrecognizable. You're a character in name only, not even close to what we remember. Oh, and here's the real winner from the creator. There is an enormous overlap between the history of persecution of witches and that of the LGBT community. Seriously? Are we really supposed to buy this comparison? So, like, what's next? Are you going to suggest that today's LGBTQ community is being rounded up and tied up to stakes in the town square and burned alive just like witches were back in the day? Because clearly, that's exactly what happened to witches. Public torture, execution, and all the gory details meant to scare everyone else into compliance. Are you honestly equating the modern struggles of LGBTQ individuals with that kind of horrific medieval punishment? Because if you are, maybe you should take a history class. The persecution of witches was about literal life and death brutality, and it's a bit much to suggest that today's challenges are the same. Maybe try comparing modern struggles to something a bit more relevant than public executions. Oh look, there's this huge overlap between the queer community and the horror genre. So obviously, it makes total sense to cram in queer representation in the show, because who cares about actual characters, right? It's all about ticking the diversity boxes. I just don't get why they can't focus on the show itself and let the characters do their thing. But no, they've got to make it all about representation. So this interview with the creator aired on the channel with 304,000 subscribers. And the video's been up for over 10 hours and only managed to snag 66 views and 4 thumbs up. Like, that's big numbers, right? I listened to the whole thing, and it's basically a snooze fest about the teaser trailer and the creator's love for directing women. With that many subscribers, you'd expect a bit more buzz. But no, it's barely making a splash. So it looks like the interest in the show is about as low as the view count. Maybe Marvel's charm is wearing thin, or maybe people are just over it. When you lead with buzzwords like white men and queer representation, people are real quick to check out. How about making a decent show, focusing on crafting a story and characters, and not using representation as a marketing gimmick? Well, it looks like we'll just have to sit back and watch the train wreck unfold, won't we? Like, are you vibrating with excitement for this grand debut of the show this Wednesday? And honestly, let's not kid ourselves. It's Agatha who's really behind all the epic fails in Star Wars and Marvel. Seriously, Agatha, you are a real gem. Thanks for making us question all of our life choices with every new release. However, those are my thoughts on Agatha. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, before you go, subscribe to our channel, smash that like button, and ring the bell to be notified for our next video. As always, this is Est, and I'm signing off now. So I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!